Hi, it's Lou Theodore and it's day 81 of 100 videos in 100 days, and here I am lurking around the back streets of Chichester. Well, actually I thought I'd found quite a good place to film, but it appears it's actually really quite a busy side street. So I'm just going to have to be bold and not worry too much about looking like a jerk and making a video. So I am in Chichester today because I am going again pitching for these workshops. So they're workshops that I talked about on a previous video, and they're all around creativity and mental health. And it's something that I feel really strongly about. I think lots of people would benefit. But in many respects, I got a resounding no from the previous pitch. They weren't happy with the price, and they weren't happy with the timings either. So there's not much that they were happy about. Really, only just the general concept of it. And when you have knockbacks like that, it's really easy just to shrink back into yourself and start to feel really, really small and unworthy and like you're not good enough. And I've tried very hard with this not to go down that route of thinking, and that's partially because it's something that I really, really want to do. So kind of come hell or high water, and even if I can't get it with this particular organisation, I'm going to go again and I'll try somewhere else. So there's that sort of resilience. But there is also a very conscious looking away from that thinking, or looking beyond that thinking, saying, okay, all right, so for whatever reason, and actually they've been quite specific about the reasons, the pitch didn't work. It wasn't the value add for them wasn't compelling enough. So I'm kind of slightly revised my approach and I'm going again. So keep your fingers crossed, everybody. I've got it's always difficult with publicly funded projects. There seems to be much less leeway than with commercial projects, much less sort of, I don't know, it appears from the outside, less autonomy with the budget. So you're kind of working with a slightly unknown scenario. But I'm going to give it my best shot. I'm going to be bold. I'm going again. And you know what? If it doesn't work this time, I'm going to go again. So keep your fingers crossed and I'll check in later. So I'm back home now, and the pitch was a mixed bag, as quite often it is. I think there's a general enthusiasm and appetite for the project, but it is different to all of their other programming. So there is a kind of a reticence, a nervousness, and they have a generally quite conservative approach to their workshop programming. So, do you know what? I just thought, oh, I'm going bold. So I said to them, what about if I did a trial workshop for you? How about if we did something as a prototype? There's no risks to you apart from putting a bit of your kind of marketing resources to it. We can trial it and let's just see if the impact isn't there, if the appetite isn't there for further workshops. It isn't, and if it is, we can go ahead. Now this is a this is a bold approach, because actually I won't get paid for the trial, and that's not, it's not a huge amount of time or anything. It's just one day. But still, it's a day and it will require some preparation and it will require something afterwards. And it's also bold because it's me putting myself on the line and this workshop on the line, saying, I absolutely believe that people will get value and benefit from this, that there will be demand from this. And, you know, it'll be very obvious, won't it? If it succeeds or if it doesn't. And that's just like a one shot, one chance, one workshop. And so that's kind of, you know, you have to believe in yourself, don't you? And I really do believe in the value of these workshops. I believe that people will find them fun, enjoyable, useful. So I'm going to have to prove that. Get up, enjoy it, and prove it. And if nothing else, I was sort of, there's a kind of another side to this, in that quite often when you do kind of quick prototypes or roughs, I mean, it's something that you do in the design world a lot. You kind of, you test out your concept early on for feedback. But it's something that I see other businesses don't do quite as much. But I'm doing it with this. And do you know what? You might say, oh, well, you're not getting paid. Why are you bothering? Why are you fighting so hard for this? Look elsewhere. Because I want to do it. I want to prove it. I want to test it. I want to, if possible, I would like to work with this organisation. So let's just see if it happens. But also, I want that live feedback. So that workshop, apart from anything else and what it may lead to with that particular organisation, will provide me with invaluable feedback on how to go forward with this kind of idea in the future. I can see what the reticence is from the organisations, how I need to sell in the value to them. So that's already been valuable, useful information for the future. I can see what sort of objections come up. And then during the workshop, I will be able to, if you like, market test. What do people respond best to? What do they struggle with? What sort of questions do they ask? What words do they use? And all that is invaluable, because then going forward and marketing these workshops, designing them, whether that's in person, online, whatever it might be, from just doing that one day, there'll be a huge amount of material that will enable me to really fine-tune and sharpen that offer going forward. So all in all, I am feeling brave, ballsy, bold, and I'm going ahead and I'm doing it. So this is me, day 81, checking it out.